Hey, welcome to your Aquarius horoscopes for the week of October 29th through November 4th. It is Halloween week. If you're celebrating, have fun, be safe. We want to see you back again on November 1st. If you're not celebrating, have fun with that too. Personally, I'm not really into it as much as I used to be when the kids were little. And I've thought about, different ways to reclaim it as an adult. And I have so much other stuff on my plate. It's probably just going to be any other day in the office, to be honest with you, it doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but you know, when you make some money, that's fun. You know, I'm always down for that. No planets officially in Aquarius this week. We do still have Pluto and Saturn as bookends on each cusp. I have some good news about Saturn, though. It goes direct on Saturday. So we're ending the retrograde right at the end of this week, 0 degrees Pisces, which means it technically never comes back into Aquarius. So we are in the clear with that one, which I'm very happy about because honestly, when Saturn was in Aquarius, it was difficult. It was not a very good mixture between the two. And so, whew, glad to see that go. As far as Pluto is concerned, Pluto is 28 degrees Capricorn. So it is officially moving back into Aquarius, although it's still a couple of months to get that 2 degrees back in. It does take quite a long time. And Pluto on the cusp influencing us is actually influencing us in various big ways because Pluto this week is in a grand trine with Uranus and Venus. Uranus is focused on the home, but Venus is focused on your long-term financial goals. And this is about seizing that power. It's about taking control of your financial goals. This has actually been something that's been coming up for me a lot lately, over and over and over again. As a woman, I am a married woman, but as a woman, we tend to, especially married women, we tend to either be extremely independent, handle our own bills, or we tend to rely on our partners to do that. That's the old way of doing things. And while I swear I'm not a 1950s housewife, you would think that I was at the same time. I have relied on him financially for a really long time while I was at home raising our children and basically working from home while I took care of that responsibility of ours. So we split the responsibilities. I took care of the home responsibilities. He took care of the financial responsibilities. In this economy, things are changing drastically. And of course, I don't have small children at home either. So I don't have to rely on him financially. Pluto is all about taking power, taking control of your personal finances. That does not mean I take control of his finances or I take control over him bringing in the finances. That means me taking control of what I need to take care of financially and not necessarily relying on another human being. And this grand trine is really going to help with that. And because Venus is a part of this, we're talking about coming up with some creative ideas in terms of your financial long-term goals as well. So not necessarily sticking to tradition, but entertaining other creative, more energetically flowing ideas that might be a little bit out of the box because we're Aquarians and we can't just possibly stick to black and white. It just doesn't work like that. Pluto's also in a grand sextile with Uranus as well as Neptune. Neptune is very much focused on the past. And this is very interesting because at the beginning of the week, Pluto's focus is still very much on the mind and how the mind works. And now it moves into this focus on the past here. And what we're looking for in the past is not our past failures. It's not harping on our past mistakes. But we are looking at what we've tried to do in the past that didn't work. And we're trying to avoid that. And Neptune is really going to help bring that to the surface. But it's also going to help bring things to the surface, like things that you did do that worked very well, that you might want to revisit, just in case they might work for you again now. Just because we're in a different economy doesn't mean that the same things aren't going to be helpful, or maybe they won't. And we have to try a whole different way. So it's basically these two huge aspects are coming in specifically to help you take charge of your finances. And, Pluto is all about change, transformation, and personal power. When you are in control of your finances, you have the power, and nobody can take that from you. And that's always the situation that we want to put ourselves in, is to be in control of our finances. Think about it. When you rely on other people, they always wind up letting you down. And it's usually because you have to learn that lesson, but it is really an insecure place. And we don't want to promote insecurity. We want to provide as much security to ourselves as possible, as scary as that can be sometimes. Honestly, it seems like a very daunting prospect for me as well, but it is better than the alternative, which is to feel like at times I'm being let down by the person that I'm relying on, if that makes sense. And I can take myself out of that situation by making myself more reliable. That's what that comes down to. So that's what I have for you guys this week. That's an awful lot, but an awful lot of really good stuff. It's time for us to really step into our power. And that's what Pluto is all about. We're going to spend the next 20 years stepping into that power. We might as well go ahead and get started and make it easier for ourselves, right? That's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link. That's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic, or you can click the link in the description that I've conveniently put there for you. It'll take you right there to it. Love getting coffees. Really, really appreciate that. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys make it a powerful week. If anybody can do it, it's us, right? I'll see you guys next week. Make it a great one.